Ignorance is bliss is something Mother Earth cannot say. Climate change is such a complicated topic with its own set of intricacies. There are a lot of entities that play a huge part of climate change, growing and detrimental effects on Earth's ecosystems and humanity itself. Humanity has reached a point where ignorance in one's own carbon footprint is no longer an option. Climate change is so prevalent in our daily lives, but we fail to see how it is currently affecting us. Sure, it is currently affecting those far from our homes, right? We don't care about the small isolated islands that were and are currently being flooded by the rising seas, or the small farms who have gone out of business because of the loss of crops from a hotter climate, or animal species like the polar bears and corals whose populations are being reduced, right? Do we care, or do we just fail to educate ourselves to take any bit of action we can take? We are wrong if we say climate change is far from us. We live in an island that might soon be overwhelmed by rising seas also. We complain that every day is getting hotter and hotter when it is actually attributed to the greenhouse effect. Ignorance is truly bliss, until you are hit personally. This rant was an attempt to get you all riled up, or at least remind you that climate change will not just magically go away. It definitely feels overwhelming to ask yourself, what can I do? When you are just a single person in the bigger scheme of things. Like I said, climate change is a complicated topic with its own set of intricacies. That being said, it is nearly impossible to run straight towards it and tackle everything that makes climate change so progressive. A large, coherent group of humans willing to do so just doesn't exist. For that reason, we have to pinpoint an endpoint in the ball of knots that is climate change, and untangle from there. In my everyday life, I see an imperfect design in the way stores distribute products to their customers. Therefore, one intricacy that my project will aim to dissect using bottom-up design is the use of plastics and cardboard in product distribution by departmental stores. In order to reason such design, I must address both the perspective of the consumer and the perspective of the businesses. As a consumer, I value convenience more than anything, and next to that are low prices. For businesses, however, the goal is to save and earn as much money as possible. The current way of distributing products is a bad design because, in the consumer's perspective, consumers have to bring home those plastic packaging, which either ends up stored somewhere and taking space or thrown away. Also, consumers are paying for the packaging costs for those products. In addition, plastic and paper bags tend to rip easily when carrying large amounts of products. In the business's perspectives, stores are paying for extra packaging costs and maybe shipping costs if shipping costs are related to the weight of products to be shipped. In the point of view of someone who is conscious of the excess plastic and cardboard usage of store packaging, the following problems are that nearly all products are prepackaged in plastic or cardboard, and, even more so, products are consolidated into plastic and paper bags for consumers to carry out of the store. To improve the current design and make it a better and more environmentally conscious one, businesses can implement the following suggestions. To tackle the initially mentioned problem, businesses can implement a self-service weight-based cost system. Products are displayed in such a way that is similar to the produce section of a market. Liquid products such as shampoo will be distributed like soap in a soap dispenser, but will be contained in a larger container. Customers will also bring their own reusable bottles and such to take only the amount that they need. Also, stores can sell reusable containers for such products. The business's incentives in participating in this is that they do not have to pay for packaging costs. Also, they will earn more money if customers choose to buy reusable containers in store. The consumer's incentives in this is that, given the choice to take is that they are given the choice to take or carry the amount he or she wants. That way, they do not have to worry about buying an excess amount of products to store at home. Without plastic or paper packaging, they also do not have to worry about that packaging piling up in their homes or in their trash cans. Customers will also make less trips to the store, ultimately saving time and gas money. If customers can buy products that are not normally sold in bulk. In addition, they do not have to pay the extra price of packaging. To tackle the latter problem, businesses will not provide or hold any plastic or paper bags in store, only reusable bags. Also, if customers are forced to be charged for a reusable bag, which are much more pricey than plastic bags, if a consumer forgets his or her reusable bag. The business's incentives in this is that they save money by not having to order plastic bags, and they earn more money from reusable bag sales. This revised design is clearly not a way to completely remove plastic or cardboard from our lives, since the idea of that seems nearly impossible. Instead, the design allows us to significantly reduce our society's dependence on plastics and cardboards. The consumer's incentives in this is that since reusable bags usually come in bigger sizes than plastic paper bags, they can hold more products, which means carrying less bags. Also, consumers do not have to worry about the bags ripping as it is being carried, since reusable bags are more durable than plastic paper bags. It is important to realize that the intricacy that this design attempts to dissect is also attached to other entities and stages of production, such as delivery and companies that deliver products. Such system is a design that should also be revised in the broader sense of things. Thank you for your time and patience. Now I challenge you to contemplate on which one of climate change's intricacies you will focus on.